So, Ustad, continuing on, one of the questions that I'd like to ask actually is going into the conditions of Hajj now. So, some people may be thinking, okay, I understand Hajj is one of the fara'id, it's it's fard, I have to do it. But who shouldn't go on Hajj? Who is someone that is excused from this fard?
Right, yeah. So, Hajj, like you said, is farida. It's wajib on all Muslims. وَلِلَّهِ عَلى النَّاسِ حِجُّ الْبَيْتِ مَنِ اسْتَطَاعَ إِلَيْهِ سَبِيلًا. So for mankind, Hajj is an obligation for people with the shart, with the condition مَنِ اسْتَطَاعَ إِلَيْهِ سَبِيلًا. So Hajj, similar to many other wajibat, many other obligatory actions, it has some of the conditions. Number one, al-Islam. So it's wajib upon the Muslims and not the kafir or the mushrik, the disbeliever or the non-Muslim. So that's the first condition. Secondly as well, al-bulugh. It's wajib on someone who went through puberty, male or female. Thirdly, it is also wajib on someone who has man istata'a ilayhi sabila, whoever has the physical and the financial ability to do it.
Okay.
So this is what's a bit exclusive to Hajj. Also, he has to be aqil. So he needs to be intellectually sound or mentally sound. So someone who has mental disabilities or he is in a state of where his aqil is not there anymore, his intellect or his mental state is not good, then it's not wajib upon that person. And exclusively for the women, then it's only wajib on a woman who has a mahram, meaning a husband or a brother, a sibling or uncle to take her on Hajj, because this is a shart for her to travel with someone who is a male relative. If she doesn't have a mahram, then it's not wajib upon her. So these are some of the 4 or 5 main conditions for Hajj.
We do often hear, Ustad, that the topic of debts coming into Hajj, and so as a matter of priority, is it better for a person to pay off their debts? Is that a higher priority than to go to Hajj? Or can a person, for example, seek the permission of his debtor and say, you know, I want to go to Hajj. If you're not in any urgency, I'd like to perhaps go to Hajj before paying you back the money.
Of course, if someone has money to pay back, so this goes under man istata'a ilayhi sabila. So he could have money that, you know, he can afford to do Hajj, but he also needs to pay off people. That is a priority, to pay people back.
Right, okay.
However, if the person, like you mentioned, he's not in need of it, or he's not in a hurry, or he still has time to pay it back, or out of courtesy he asks him, you know, he's got the money, he's going to do Hajj, and when I come back I'm going to pay you back, and he allows him to do so, then he can perform Hajj inshaAllah.
Okay.
Of course, it's best to always pay off, you know, the debts that you have as soon as possible, especially if you make a contract with someone and you promised and you agreed to pay in a specific time. The Prophet ﷺ said, Al-Muslimuna ala shurutihim. The Muslim, he is with the agreement, i.e. he has to fulfill his agreement. So if he did promise him in this certain date, then that is a priority. He has to pay off the money before performing Hajj. If there is no fixed date and the agreement is a bit flexible, then he can perform Hajj inshaAllah ta'ala. Wallahu a'lam.